What's going on? Stephen J here with HO. You know, I had to talk to my man who won a few awards this year. That's MVP, and he won the Comeback Player of the Year. You came back this season focused. You said, Jay, I'm taking the league over. I'm going back to the OHO. Why were you so focused this season?
I mean, I've been coming to watch everybody play, seeing how everybody played, watching defensive players. So I just was like, maybe I got something in store for the game this year. I came back and made it happen.
What happened in the championship game? I don't even think you had a catch. You led the league in touchdowns. What happened with you and Chino versus Sauer?
The game plan was everybody know I've been playing a good season, so everybody's gonna gravitate to me getting the ball. So 9 times out of 10, I was trying to tell my team, I'm gonna take them out, and y'all gotta be players at the end of the day. But so happened we didn't even get a chance to even let other players be players because unfortunately he threw a couple picks. And shout out to Sauer, they came out more hungry than us today.
What goes on with HO's career? You took time away from the game. You came back, did exactly. You won the championship, but you helped carry your team to a championship at least. You won a few medals, trophies. What is it to say now? Do you have anything to prove? You still got the burden for the game, or you going to give it up?
Nah, definitely not giving it up. Always hungry, always ready. I mean, I'm on the come for other leagues, man. BQFL, I've been winning chips in here, been winning for years. These trophies, I mean, they good. Shout out to BQFL, but this is light, man. I'm coming for Expos, EHS. I'm coming for the big leagues because there's a lot of people talking that HO can't play ball and this and that. They talk about over here I'm playing in the C2 division. Just last but not least, nobody stands in front of me or nobody could kill me when they stand in front of me, man. Hungry as how's the movement, man. You hungry or you ate already?
We're going to shout. Go ahead.
Shout out to Real Tough Talk too, man. I ain't get to shout them out earlier because I had to run, support my cousin on her softball game. But shout out to Real Tough Talk. Y'all gonna see a lot more HO the hungriest out, man.
Be back.
Yeah, we got a lot of music from HO coming out. He's an artist. Guy's a family man. I give him a little bit. It's all
Last
on.
but not least, man, I just want to say shout out to Sauer once again, man. They came out more hungry. And what can we do, man? We lost Chuck It Up. Next season, y'all gonna see what's up.
We're going to thank him for being here. That shows a lot more to come. He ain't retiring. We're going to thank him for the site. See you on the site.
Thanks.
Welcome back, Real Tough Talk. Shout out to HO. Congratulations. That guy balled out. Definitely a good player. Kind of better he was more looked at as a high-head type guy. He changed that up. Shout to him. The guy's definitely dominated. And, you know, this guy has faced multiple tragedies in his life. And I give it to him that he puts all out on the field. And he plays with a lot of heart. And the guy's definitely a playmaker. Unfortunately, you know, they wasn't able to get to that championship, win the championship like he wanted them to. But the guy's definitely a playmaker. Shout to him. Won league MVP and comeback player of the year. Definitely shout to my guy. Definitely a good guy. We wanted to show him some love. Definitely appreciate the shout out to that guy. Now we're going to get into this game. You got the Bombers versus Primetime. I think these teams faced off twice. I think Primetime blew the Bombers out. And the next time they played, I think the Bombers won the game. I heard that the game was Primetime won at the end, but I think the Bombers won the game. Don't quote me on that. At the end of the day, the first time these teams met, Primetime blew them out. We're going to talk to their captain, Pret, Coach Tiki. We're going to talk to Artie. The guy, we'll talk about him, Reem, and their coach, and a.k.a. Flash. We'll be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J here with Artie of the Bombers. Y'all about to play Primetime in the championship game. What is it like to have your team go from 0-8 last season to now in the championship this season?
Hard work, dedication, motivation, believing in each and one of each other. Everybody doing their role. Everybody not trying to do too much, play too much hero ball. Everybody sticking together, gelling together, even when we arguing, forgetting about the last play that was a mistake, and just keep moving forward.
Guys said that your play trying to jump up the charts this season, like you're playing for a new contract or something like that. How was you able to make such a big leap to your the way your game is from last season?
I credit it to the team that I'm playing with, the core, Flash, and Reem, everybody just keeping me out here, consistently getting out here. So this would be like my first full year consistently playing. So, and then playing with the same people, the core, the same family, and just, finding something it's like a little deeper, something to play with. Right?
Now, a lot of people get on Reem's mechanics. He throws from weird angles, his arm, but he's been putting up points. He's been winning games. What is like your chemistry with you and him that he knows where to find you at the right time?
It's like a mental and a heart thing. It's like he put the trust in me, and it's like I don't want to fail him. It's in the straight just like that. That's it. He give me them opportunities. I want to bring them back home for the team.
Last question. You're playing primetime. They know you're going to be one of their main focus. They're going to try to take you out of the game. What do you have to do in order to keep the same consistency you have the whole season?
Same thing, same way I've been playing. No matter if they on me or not, take it off the top and may open it up for somebody else. It don't always got to be about me. It could be a big play, it could be a big block, something that could get the momentum and everything going.
All right, we're gonna thank you for being with us. BK Bombers, it's like a Cinderella season. They face in primetime, very tough team. We're gonna have to see what they do. We'll see you on the site. What's going on, Stephen J? Wait, okay, ready? What's going on, Stephen J here with Coach Ant of the Bombers, his brother Reem, quarterback from the Bombers. Y'all play a primetime team. That's a very strong team. They have a lot of championship pedigree. You don't have the experience. You're still developing. They're saying that they're going to attack your experience and force you to make plays. What do you think you got to do that you did in the regular season?
Stay composed, stay humble,
Yes.
and read what they give me.
Right.
Take what they give me. I don't care about trick plays. They try to show and bait something. I'm going to run it back on them.
A lot of people, a lot of teams, a lot of captains, a lot of coaches said that Ant was crazy to go with you as his starting quarterback. They said they've never seen you throw. They said y'all teams came in off a losing season. What is he thinking? What it feels to prove that your brother right by being in the championship right now?
Just here to shock the world. They doubted me. I like that. I feed off that. I like you to sleep. I'm going to wake you up and keep sleeping on me.
Ant, you've been here before, but you're here as a coach. Now, tell me right now, how much is it hurt that you're not able to be on the field helping your brothers play?
The funny thing is, it's not hurting today. I'm as happy as I could be. I feel like the reason that I'm not playing today is why he actually is excelling. Because it's hard for the brothers to play together sometimes. But right now, I'm coaching, I'm keeping the team together, and that's most important.
Now, your receiver, Artie, I'll keep forgetting Artie's name. Reason I don't forget it because he's not really been known in the league. He's made a name this season. They say they will not let him do what he did to them before. What is your game plan? Because they know they got a lot of guys that can match up on him. Are you going to use him as decoy, or are you going to still have him in the same game plan?
First off, he's got the game plan going. I'm just keeping the composure on the sideline, making sure everything running smooth. Second, if they're going to stop Artie, we have 6 other receivers. It's not one team. It's not a one-man Artie. He made a name for himself, but he still got to deliver the ball. And he's just going to hit the open target. That's all we need to do today.
Now, you're a defensive guy. Prime wins. Weird style. Weird the way he plays his game, but the guy wins. What do y'all have to do in order to stop him? Because Tiki got him for a reason, for this level. What do y'all got to do to stop his ability to not only throw the pass, but devastate teams with the run?
We got to stop the run. Straight like that. My guys is hungry. We want it more than they do. They got enough chips. This is our first one out here. I think we more hungry than they are, and that's what's going to be the difference.
Last question. What's the feeling right now being in this position?
Nerves. But I got to have nerves of steel. We got this. Bombers on 3, boom on 6. They hear us out there. We coming to play.
They here on the rafters, baby.
We're going to wish them good luck. They're in the championship. We're going to have to see what happens, man. Thanks, guys. All right, thank you. Stephen J here with Coach Tiki right before the game versus BK Bombers in the championship. First time you played them, you blew them out. I think it was 27-6. Second game, it was close. You came away with the win, but the game was closer. What do you have to do as a coach for your team to give you more of what they get the first game rather than the second game?
Well, the second game they beat us because Artie, he was Jerry Rice, Megatron, Randy Moss, all in one. We didn't have our safeties, no excuses because we still should have been able to stop that. But if they just going to rely on that play to beat us, then it's going to be a long day. They won't be able to beat us if they just trying to throw bombs to Artie.
You got Prime throwing, different from Mister. Different style, more of a runner, definite chop, chop, chop. This is a defense that's going to try to make him throw. They're not going to let him run. What do you got to do to keep Prime in his game? Because at times he kind of go a little erratic.
Having Prime as a quarterback is slightly different from Mister because Prime is like as we all say, the quarterback is an extension of the coach. Prime runs basically the same offense I run, but he has legs I don't. I'm not worrying about them. I hope they play man. it's going to make life much easier because they can't match up with us. But they got one receiver that we have to worry about, and we're just going to do what we do.
What are you going to do to stop him? What's your game plan for him?
He's going to stop himself because if they believe how they beat us last time, they're going to be able to do the same thing, then it's going to be a long day for them.
All right, we're going to thank Tiki. They got a championship. We're going to have to see what he says come through. We'll see you on the site. Thanks. All right, shout out to them guys. We appreciate the early game interview. Bombers coming into this game, winning the Final Four. They beat Young Guards 19-12. Primetime coming this game off the Final Four. They beat Sauer 19-13. Now listen, at the end of the day, shout out to Bombers. Yo, Ghost, Bombers was 0-8 last year.
Yeah.
And now they're in the championship. Now, this guy Reem has a weird delivery. I don't want to disrespect him, but to me, he got like a Tim Tebow type of windup that is like weird from the side or whatever. But he's in the championship. Flash / Ant has done a great job, but this team has gone as Artie carried them. What does it say? Like they follow Artie's lead, trusting Artie, whatever, Artie for president. However you want. This team goes as far as Artie takes them. Now, you heard what these guys said earlier. Artie killed Primetime last time they played. This guy is a playmaker, and he needs to be respected for what he can do.
Artie was a player that we've seen, glimpses of his talent back in when we first saw him play, and that is just grown slowly but surely. And in this season, we just heard that he just exploded throughout the season. He just came to be the player that he is now, dominant throughout the season. And they need that in this championship game. They need every bit of that play from Artie in this game. They also have, some vets and Ty and Bieber on this team that, can help this team get through the whole jitters that Ant was talking about in his interview. He said that they were a little nervous. They've never been there before, but they got to battle through that. And hopefully these guys with experience can help them get through, because they're going to need them to play this primetime team and come away with a victory against them. And they playing against a primetime team led by Tiki, who's basically a BQFL alum. We call it what it is. This guy helped BQFL get on the map. This guy has just won a championship in EHS, coaching Dog Pound. So Tiki got experience. And he got some guys on his team that's tough. Benny, who we just said was missed by Jungle Boys. Leak, another playmaker. Speedy. This team got playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, the guy you got to talk about is Prime. Tiki went to Prime as his starting quarterback, brought him home, as they like to say. Nobody thought it was going to work out. Everybody thought it was a mistake. One thing I can say about Prime, love him or hate him, the guy wins. So as long as he can stay in the game mentally, this guy can win. He can beat you with his legs. He can beat you with, he's not a home run hitter, but he can beat you on his timing. He always comes away with a big play right when the team needed. Now that's even with his arms or his legs, but he always makes that big play. And this team has weapons. And you got to say at the end of the day, Tiki is the mastermind. He's that Geppetto. And I don't want to disrespect Prime by calling him Pinocchio, but we know that Tiki's Geppetto. And he's going to make Pinocchio dance, and you get what I'm saying. I don't want to make it seem like I don't like that analogy.
At the end of the day,
because you're saying that he's the puppet.
He's the puppet master. Let me tell you something. He kept Prime calm. He kept Prime in the game. So basically, he's doing this. So hopefully, we see a little more Prime swag of the Superman and the yelling like he certainly do when he was throwing for East New York. But at the end of the day, regardless of what you want to do, Tiki done that with who? Mister. And did what? Win a championship. So if Prime can play.
You're liking that analogy too much.
They have a chance to win a championship. Your thoughts?
I mean, you forget that they have one of the better receivers in the league in Nas on this team as well.
Right.
You know, a big playmaker that that Prime is gonna take advantage of on that team. Rel, who's a good tight end and coming across the middle, a big a guy who has size, who's a big target in the middle of the field. They got playmakers on this offensive side as well. It's not only Prime that you got to worry about. They have a squad of guys that are talented enough to make plays on this team that Prime can utilize to get into the end zone. So they just got to make sure that they keep calm and collected and not do too much. But Prime got to be Prime. Prime got to be that confident guy. He got to be that guy that smack talks and celebrates and be annoying. When he is that guy, he is a guy that knows how to win when he's in that rhythm. And hopefully we get to see that Prime in this game.
All right, we're going to jump into the game. We just gave you the tail of the tape. Bombers going to get the ball first. On the kickoff, Bombers is flagged for two players calling fair catch 15 yards on the play. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The jitters you just talked about, this is what happens. Already start off. After getting the first down, Reem throws to James in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Reem throws to Beaver in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Third down at the 35-yard line, Reem throws deep to James near the sideline. Knocked away by Benny. If you look here, two guys short. But Reem never really being there before, tried to take a shot, and it gets knocked away. Fourth down, Reem throws it up to Artie in the end zone, knocked away by Leak, turnover on downs. This ain't gonna work. Stop. Them Cinderella throw the balls up. It's not gonna work against Primetime. Not gonna work. Tiki's not allowing it. He got Leak back there. He got Benny on the side. He got too much athletes to go get the football. It's not gonna work. They tried it and they got stopped early, and they give Primetime back to them.
And the thing about it is, these are drives you can't afford to miss, especially in this way. They gotta take their time and use plays to get closer to the end zone as close as possible to get to a good red zone play. Going downfield is not gonna be an easy task when you have Leak and Benny on both sides of the field playing in that backfield. These guys play together almost all the time. So these guys know exactly where each other's going to be, what part of the field they're going to lock up. And because of that, if you notice, two big plays, each of them was there to knock the ball down. They're waiting for those passes to be thrown to them. So that's not a way that you approach this drive. And hopefully they recover from this and make better decisions in the next drive.
Second down, after a short run, Primetime is flagged for illegal substitution. As you see here, Tiki's yelling at him. And you know what it is? Primetime think that this team they playing Bombers is barbecue chicken. Yeah. So they got so much anxiety and they ready to like, oh, let's get him. They get called here and Tiki's mad because he's trying to calm them down. But they already get called for illegal substitution. Prime then throws to John open in the middle for a decent gain, getting them a first down. If you look here, John is wide open in the middle. Now, Bombers wasn't really known for a great defense, but at the end of the day, that's what Tiki's going to attack. Big play there by John. Second and going after a short pass, Prime finds Nas cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, they're playing way too short to guard. Their defense is too short to guard Nas. He makes them pay. 6-0. Prime finds Nas for the Primetime touchdown. That's going to be funny to say for the rest of the game.
You can't have a shorter defender guard this man because he's going to be a target all game. And Prime is going to find him all game, and he's going to take advantage of that all game. Right away, he's able to see it right when you make a mistake by having that mismatch. They take advantage, and Nas is found in the back of the end zone for that score.
Reem gets the ball back on 5 rush, throws to Arlie in the middle, knocked away by Speedy. If you look here, Reem throws the pass too late. Once again, trying to get Artie the ball. Primetime is not allowing it. Second down, Reem on 5 rush is sacked by Speedy from the linebacker position. Speedy's coming in trying to knock this guy out the game. Big sack by Speedy. Third down, Reem throws to James, cutting in the front of the end zone, low, incomplete. Fourth down, Bombers get flagged for illegal substitution, and because of that, they're forced to punt. 2 huge penalties on 2 straight drives. They have to give the ball up. Another stop by Primetime.
And that's unfortunate. Obviously, they were going to go for it in that last play, but because they got a flag that set the 5 yards back, that was too much for them to try to get it, and they were kind of thrown off because of that penalty. It didn't make no sense to try to go for it again, and they end up punching the ball. But they got to get more yardage in it. They got to take advantage of the gaps. They got to make better plays than what they're making. This primetime team is not going to be an easy defense to get through. That's why they got to drive, take the chop downs, take what the defense gives you. But they're not doing that. They're not making the right decisions, and this is yet another stop by this primetime defense.
Primetime gets the ball back. Third down after 2 short passes. Prime with blocked by Nas. Tries to run, but it's tagged for Reem for a short gain as Nas misses the block. That's a great play by Reem, trying to get some type of momentum, some type of positivity. Great play there. 4th down at the 40-yard line. Prime throws to Rel, cutting in the middle for a decent gain. Bombers needed to make a stop there, and they don't, giving up the big first down. If you look here, Beaver focuses on Nas. Why? Because Nas just beat him for a touchdown. And that's exactly what Tiki want. That's exactly what Prime want, because it leaves Rel wide open to get the first down. 3rd down, Prime throws deep to Benny, who has a step on tie safety. Caught, ran into the end zone, for a touchdown. Nas gets the extra point. 13-0. Now, before we get on what happened after, Ty can't guard Benny. Ty can't guard Benny in the phone booth. Shout to Ty, like the guy, good energy, can't guard Benny. That's way beyond his pay rate. I know you heard that term before. When somebody say that's upstairs, that's higher than my pay rate, Benny's higher than Ty's pay rate. He can't guard him. And they know that, and they go after him, and he gets beat. Now, my thing here is, Primetime is on the sideline arguing. And that looks like, I think it's Tiki and Quick arguing. These are 2 of your leaders. And I was
this is Pret and Quick arguing.
Well, this is Pret and Quick. I don't really know the reasoning. I don't really know what's going on. I heard Quick was upset because of playing time. I think this is an embarrassment to the organization, to the team. It looks like you're not organized, and it looks like you're lucky because if this was a better team, they would have capitalized on that momentum. It seems like everybody wants to get in to try to run up the score on this team, and this is an embarrassment for them arguing, because what are you arguing for? You just scored. So that has to be something personal. It can't be a missed assignment, and that's what happened. But at the end of the day, they still scored 13-0. Primetime is punching them early. Primetime is still on the sidelines arguing. Tiki and these guys are arguing. What happens? After getting the first down, Reem throws deep to James, wide open in the gap, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. 13-6, Bombers strike back. And that's exactly what they needed, exactly what you said. When they argue, and instead of focusing on the game, they let their own personal issues get involved, and Bombers made them pay. Great play by them there. 13-6 to get back in the game.
And the thing about it is they were loud enough that you can hear them from the sideline. So their whole defense is looking at what's going on. They're paying attention to that. And Reem, shout out to him for taking advantage and finding James downfield, taking him all off guard. Remember Benny? He was nowhere to be found on that play. Remember Leak? He got beat on that play. Remember all of these guys that were supposed to be playing defense? None of them were paying attention. Look at the whole play. None of them like they know what's going on. And that's because whatever's going on the sideline is spilling into the game. And right here, this Bombers team have life. They just gave them that spark. They are in the game. And now they are only down 7 points with that score there. That is unfortunate for Primetime. They got to get it together because this is not a team you want to give momentum to right now.
Well, Bombers go onside, and what happens? Leak and Speedy miss the ball, recovered by Beaver. Bombers get the ball back. That is a great play by them. That's a great play by them. And Primetime finally commits their first turnover. Great play by this Bombers team. Like you said, all that energy that they have is spilling out, and Bombers get the ball back. Great play by them. Beaver, the veteran, makes a great play.
And the thing about it is these guys, run right by the ball. They get caught off guard with the onside. This is supposed to be a routine play. They get caught off guard. Nobody's there to catch the ball. And because of that, this Bombers team who's hungry to try to make things happen, they get the ball back. And now they have an opportunity not only to tie the game, but if they try their luck, they have a chance to take the lead in this one drive. So all this Primetime team is doing is giving this other team life, and now they have an opportunity to change the whole momentum of the game with this next drive here.
And you're wondering why I'm shaking my head, right?
Yeah, let's just
because on first down, Reem throws deep to Artie. picked off by Leak, giving the ball back to Primetime. If you look here, this guy right here, this guy right here, both open short. But Reem must have thought he could do something that he haven't done all day, which is get the ball to Artie, which Primetime said they were going to stop, and it gets intercepted. He throws an interception on first down after just getting the ball back. I guess he didn't want the ball. I mean, I know Christmas is a few weeks away, so maybe he was in a giving mood, and he decided to give Primetime a football. And of course, Tiki and these guys, with Leak getting it, will welcome the offer, and they take it. Interception right there.
Now, I'm just going to say two things. This is what you call a quarterback doing too much. There was no need for that. This was first down. Chop up the field. Make something happen. Don't take your chances that way going for a guy that everybody's paying attention to. This is the one thing that I could say that this Primetime did not forget to guard Artie and make sure there's a body on him at all times. So this is the worst decision you can make. Go look for James again. He's the one who scored that first touchdown. Go look for Bieber. Go look for tie-up in the gap. You got to make plays that they're not ready for. This downfield play to Artie, this was a play that they're ready for. And another thing I'm going to say is this lack of experience in the championship game.
Yep.
This is not a good decision to be made when you have opportunity to steal momentum.
Good
so
point.
those are two things that happened right here that proves that this team was not putting their best foot forward on this high stage. They got to make better decisions for that. They had this team potentially on the ropes, and you give them the one thing that they did not need, an interception to put the team back on the field, and with energy, revitalized energy that they did not need to give back to this Primetime team.
Well, Primetime gets the ball back after getting the first down. The team is arguing again on the sideline. Tiki gets frustrated with some time on the clock. He calls a timeout. No, he takes us to the half and decides not to throw the ball up. And that's going to take us into the half 13-6. Now, let me tell you something. If I'm the Bombers, one, our inexperience is showing. Two, no disrespect, we're playing dumb. And I didn't say plain dumb. We're playing dumb. But we're playing dumb like we're playing dumb. Let me explain to you why. Ready for this, Ghost?
Mm-hmm.
First drive, we get flagged. First drive, we try to force it up to Artie, we get stopped. Next drive, when we get the ball back, we get flagged again, we get stopped. Next drive, we go to James and we score. We get the ball again. We try to force it to Artie. It gets picked off. If it's not there, it's not there. Primetime came into the game showing the Bombers, you are not going to do with Artie what you did against us the first time. Mm-hmm. And instead of saying, well, Artie would be a decoy, Reem, who has no experience, keeps forcing him the ball. Flash, aka Flash, who has no experience, allows Reem to keep forcing him the ball. At that time, no disrespect. Reem, you got us here. Reem, you got to sit down. Beaver, come in and throw.
Yeah.
Beaver's not going to run up the score. He's going to keep us in the game because he's going to slow the game down. But because of Ant lacks of experience, he doesn't make the call. I would. Reem is trying to force the ball to Artie, and Primetime is not going to let it happen. That is a change I think should have been done. But because of their lack of experience, they don't have it. Beaver has experience. He run his own team, but he didn't bring that to the forefront. Also, Ty has experience. He's not really a leader. And he should have brought more leadership to this team, and he didn't. So that hurt them in the first half. As you said, still in the game, but they didn't. That was something that should have came into the second half. That's what I think Bombers did wrong. They can still win this game We all know how the game ends up, like we both always say, but that was the main crucial situation. Your thoughts on primetime?
And the thing about primetime is right now, the way that they're playing, the way that they're making decisions, the way that they're arguing, this is not a game that they deserve to win. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. They don't deserve to win this game. Not the way that they played, not the way that they acted in that first half. They deserve to lose this game to this Bombers team because, yes, the Bombers are making dumb decisions to keep themselves out of, having a chance, but they're still in this game. And it's Primetime's fault because they're arguing about stuff that's not important. They're not paying attention to the game because they're giving up points that don't need to be given up. And the worst offense about this whole thing is they have so much talent out there, and they're giving a team that has never been in a championship an opportunity to battle back with them.
Yep.
That is disrespectful and embarrassing. I'm watching this game, and I'm embarrassed for this team. And they're winning. And that's the sad thing. They are a much better team than this. They are a way more talented team than this. They were arguing about, guys being able to throw the ball in the half, a toss-up play, and everything. Something that may not even matter in the end anyway. This is the stuff that they were arguing about. A team trying to win a championship. A team that has guys that win multiple championships, and they're arguing like grade schoolers out there. It's embarrassing. And that's why I say right now, this team deserved to lose. If I was a guy that was a fan on the sideline, I'll be rooting for the Bombers right now. Because this team, as talented as they are, as much as I like this primetime team normally, this is not the team that I feel like I want to watch right now. So I need to see a different team in the second half. Otherwise, if they lose, if they win, I'm going to be upset. That's pretty much me. Maybe I'm being a little, taking sides here or whatnot, but this is embarrassing. This is a championship game and decided coming out. I don't want to see this no more. They need to collect themselves and do it right out the gate in that second half.
And we've seen Tiki lose before because he couldn't control the troops.
Many times. Too many times, I would say. So he got to fix this. He got to step up and get this team rallied into this game. He got to get Prime back because Prime was ready to quit.
Yeah.
Prime was ready to quit.
I was told he wanted to bench Prime and let Mr. throw the ball up. And that's
Mr. Throw the ball up. Why? Why? Is this team scaring you that much that you need a Hail Mary play to win the game? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? My thing is, it's upsetting that I have to show such frustration with this team because there's a team that was supposed to smack this Bombers team back and forth. No disrespect to the Bombers, but this primetime team has the talent and experience. This game was supposed to be over in the first half. But look at what they're doing. You know what? Listen, I can go on and on about the problems with this team, but we already know the outcome, but I was disgusted watching this game in that first half. That's all I got to say about that.
Good enough. We're going to jump into the second half. Bombers are going to try to go onside and force Primetime to go 4-and-out. Prime gets the ball. He's going to pass to Rel in the gap for a decent gain. Taking out Prime on 5-rush, throws short to Pret, who runs it into the end zone. What a touchdown. Chino gets the extra point, 20-6, Primetime. If you look here, Pret fakes the block. Nobody stays with him. He leaks out, and Prime finds him in the end zone for a touchdown. Inexperience. Pret knew they was going to leave him.
Yeah.
Because he went straight over once they left. He knew it. Left them open, 20-6. Primetime scores right out the half.
This is a great play all around because Pret stays stationary, making it seem like he's going to block, and they do not look for him. If you look, there's a defender standing right there that's supposed to step up. If there's a blocker, you're supposed to have that guy step up to either rush in to put pressure on the quarterback or to be the extra defender. But you got to guard Pret. He's still a receiver right out there. He's still an eligible receiver. He doesn't even go for the block, and he's able to run right into the end zone for the touchdown. This was a bad play to give up. They had an opportunity to make one stop and try to keep their chances alive because this primetime team is not a team that you want to give momentum to. Once they get momentum, they're not going to give it back. And right here, they're stealing, they're taking the game back with this touchdown play right here.
And I put this on top. Why I put this on top? What did they get you for? You had got experience. You know what Prime Pret can do. You know it. You're supposed to have the troops ready on the defensive side of the ball. Pret is not even playing on defense. He's a defensive captain.
And he's playing offense.
And he's playing offense.
Yeah.
So 9 out of 10, he's blocking and release. Eventually, he's going to block and release. They did not get the memo. I don't know why they got tied. If he's a defensive person, he should know this, and they get caught with their pants down. 20-6, prime time. Bombers getting the ball back. After a first down, Reem throws a Beaver in the gap for a nice gain, getting him to the 10-yard line. Second down, Reem on 5 rush, rolls right, throws a tie in the back of the end zone, high, incomplete. Nobody steps up to give Reem a target. So these guys don't even know how to turn around and be a target, putting more pressure on their quarterback. Third down, Reem on 5 rush, throws to James in the front of the end zone. Watch me, just gets a hand in, incomplete. Fourth down, Reem on 5 rush, throws a Beaver in the front of the end zone, knocked away by Watch Me, turnover on downs. You know what's my problem with the drive? Second, third, and fourth. Reem on 5 rush, throws the ball. Next down, Reem on 5 rush, throws the ball. Fourth down, Reem on 5 rush, throws the ball. He is holding the ball too long, and then the pressure is coming away. That's why they're closing in. 5 rush, he throws, watch me knocks the ball down. 5 rush, they close in, watch me knocks the ball down. So that's the problem right there. Next play, high incomplete. Once on 5 rush, Primetime is closing in. Why? Because Reem is not that accurate. Reem is he's not an experienced quarterback. This was basically like a Cinderella season. But when you get the thing about Cinderella, you got to finally make that last dance with Prince Charming at the end. You get what I'm saying, Ghost?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you had to dance. And this was the dance. And they weren't ready. And Primetime was. And Reem didn't adjust, and they made him pay. They get stopped there, giving the ball right back to Primetime. Primetime get the ball. After 2 short runs, Prime throws deep to Nas, who has a step on Artie, caught in the gap for a big game first down. Now, once again, genius. Artie has not been involved in the game all day, has not caught a pass. So what happened? That affects you on the defensive side of the ball. And what they do, they put their best offensive player. Artie tries to guard him. Nas makes him pay. Great play by them. They attack him, destroying their confidence. Great play there. Prime, next play is going to throw the rail in the gap at the 1-yard line. And after that, second and goal, Prime runs it in the end zone for the touchdown. End of the game on the blowout. Primetime wins 26-6.
And the team that I was disgusted with in the first half stepped up and took advantage of this Bombers team's inexperience in the championship. That's what they did. So at least they did one thing right. They took advantage of the Bombers' inexperience. And that's one thing I expect a championship team to do. So shout out to Primetime for doing what they were supposed to do. I'm not going to give them, sunshine and rainbows, yay, whatever. Listen, this is a team that did what they were supposed to do. If you look at the team that they had, they did what they were supposed to do. I'm going to keep saying it. They didn't win because, oh my God, they played great and they were the greatest. Listen, they did what they were supposed to do. That's all it was. They were playing foolishly in the first half. They recovered in the second half enough that they took advantage of Bombers' opportunities missed. Clearly, this is a team that wasn't ready for them. They made a couple plays that were good. They got them on the board because Primetime was slipping, playing not their best. But in the end, Primetime was too much for this team. And Primetime showed it in the second half. And they kind of rubbed it in a little bit with that downfield play to Nas and them scoring. They could have killed the clock and ran the ball and put the game away like that because they were already up 2 scores. But they rubbed it in a little bit with that last score there, But that's what's expected with a team that was supposed to win in the first place. This second half, the way they came out, towards the end of the second half, that's the Primetime team I wanted to see play. And finally, we got to see that towards the end. So this is why the outcome was the way it was. And that's why they're able to hoist that championship as them being the BQFL champions here.
We're gonna go to some interviews before I break down Bombers. I think we got Ant and Reem
Yeah.
from the Bombers, and then we got Tiki and Prime from Primetime. So we're gonna go with them guys, and then we're gonna.
Stephen J here with Coach Ant and quarterback Reem of the Bombers, where they lost 26-6. Were you overmatched? Is it too much firepower?
I just didn't. We didn't play our regular game. We looked for the big ball a lot. But like I said, our players, we came out with a little nerves, but we're gonna shake it off. We be back.
Reem, you seem a little rattled. Made some error throws. Looked like you was trying to force the ball a few times. What was the meaning of all that?
I did definitely try to force it a few times. I misread a few plays. First time being here, I had a little nerves, but I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna get better. We're gonna be back here next season.
Do you think it's possible the stage is a little too big for you?
No, not at all.
That's the MVP we talking
Not
to.
at all.
Stage not
At
too
all.
big.
I was composed. I just made some misreads. I trusted my receiver and my bomb receiver. He just wasn't there today. They keyed in on him. They tagged him down, and that was that. They was a better defensive team today. That's all.
What happened on the defensive side of the ball? They was able to pretty much do what they want. If I'm looking here, Prime threw 6 touchdown pass. Prime threw 3 touchdown passes, and he ran another one in. Why was he able to do the same things that you said he would not be able to do?
I think when we decided we were going to play him in man, they called a lot of screen plays when we was in zone to make us play honest, to stop the run. And then when we go man to body up with people, our players are shorter, so they just beat us over the top. They were still lollipops, but they were good lollipops.
What do you got to do from this point going forward to the future of the Bombers?
Nothing different. The same thing that got us here. We played different today. They didn't see the Bombers. But they will.
All right, we're going to thank these guys for being here. Tough loss, but appreciated. Great season. Definitely, that gave the league something to talk about. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.
What's going on? Stephen J here with Coach Tiki. Just came away with the blowout win over the Bombers, 26-6. First thing I want to ask you is, how was you able to keep the team poised and focused? Remember, the first time you played this team, you blew them out. Second time, it was close. How did you get more of the first prime time than the second?
I don't think we was poised like we should be. Our team, you've seen our sideline. I'm pretty sure Ghost has us the dysfunction that was going on the sideline. We just was like we never been here before, and I didn't understand. The team wasn't listening to me. They were just doing all types of things that we don't normally do. Like we a new team to the league or a new team to get into the chip. But like I said, we had to stop their offense, and their offense was one player. We stopped their offense with one player. I'm pretty sure Prime was going to be able to go down and score. Once we got the lead, I knew we was good.
Let's talk about that one player. You held him to one catch that was out of bounds. He got forced out. You had him to no catches. He got targeted several times. The quarterback even forced it to him. What was the game plan going against him? I saw one time you had Benny on him. Then when Benny released, Leak picked him up. And then sometimes you had Speedy Gemmo on line, stop his release. What was the game plan coming in to make sure he does no damn shooting?
Well, not to take nothing away from the league MVP, Reem, he's really not a natural quarterback. So we showed him different looks. We played a lot of man out of our zone today. So when he thought Benny was on Artie one-on-one, he was only on him for like 10 yards, and he was releasing him to our safeties. We did not let him get no free releases on certain down situations. That's why we had Pop jamming. If Pop could jam him for 1-2 seconds, only a 5 count. How much further down is he going to have to release? He was going to have to beat us with somebody else, and today he couldn't get it done.
What was that play on the sideline? We saw y'all guys arguing, and then they scored on that play. What was the dysfunction on that? What happened there?
I know you the media. I know you want things to talk about, but that was in-house. That was something that happened from last week, reason why the team felt like we should have been in 2 chips, but we was only in 1. It was still a carryover from last week, so we had to shut that down. That's why I called the halftime, even though it was 4 seconds left. We could have called Hail Mary, but you know what? Halftime. It was too much dysfunction.
How does it feel to be back in this position? You've been a while, 2 champs you lost. Believe you lost in the Final Four. How does it feel to get back, knowing how hard it was for you to get back here?
Regardless of what chip it is, what division, A, B, C, D, all the way to Z, if you make it to the chip, it is hard. Winning it is even harder. We've been here. We won. It's hard. And we're trying to come back again. We've been here last 3-4 seasons. We've been in the chip. This is our second one now out of 4 seasons. Some teams don't even make chips. We're winning them or we're losing. We lost more chips than teams ever even been in the chip. And I love my team for that.
All right, we're going to thank Tiki for being here with us. Come away with the champ. They back on top, back champions again. Now they're going to be the hunter becomes a hunted. We're going to have to see what happens here on the site.
Cinderella slipper came off today.
Thank you. What's going on? Stephen J. Smith here with Prime, quarterback of Primetime. Funny. He won the championship MVP as a blowout win over the Bombers 26-6. Tiki went out, brought you back to the squad. What was the whole conversation when he first brought you back to the team?
The conversation was completely, he called me and he wanted me to come throw for him this season because he helped me out a couple of seasons ago, a couple of years ago. So I came back to help Primetime win the chip. So I'm here and I did it, and that was that.
You was in the zone today. I look at your numbers. You had 3 touchdown passes and you ran another one in. How was you so focused to come out guns blazing?
Well, basically, I've been hurt for the past couple of weeks, and the main thing I wanted to do as I was getting healthy was stay focused, stay calm, make sure I make good reads, watch what the defense doing, because I pretty much played teams earlier in the season, so I pretty much know what everybody's trying to do and run out there and execute the plays. And great job by the receivers doing what they did.
Do you take it as disrespect that a lot of guys don't talk about you as a quarterback? I think a lot of guys, they said that your delivery's weird, your style is unorthodox. I always say you still win. That's what it comes down to. Do you take it a little personal when they kind of criticize your playing, not put you up there with some good quarterbacks in BQFL?
Nah, I don't take it personal because I know I could get the job done. I won championships, and the ball gets there. That's the most important thing. Throwing it to the open player, whatever I got to do, use my legs, and it don't affect me. I just go on and keep trying to win and win championships. That's all.
What was this coming back to this team as a starting quarterback felt like for you this season? Not only being with the offense, watching the defense, what was it like coming back to this organization where you're the starting quarterback? What did you go through coming back home?
Oh, man, it was kind of like, it was a great feeling. Like, it felt like back in the days when I first was here playing with this organization. It was definitely a great feeling, and we had new players and old players from back then.
Stop being scared, man. Keep it real.
I was
Stop being scared.
I was happy to be back playing under Tiki as head coach. He's a great head coach, so I love playing him.
First of all, I appreciate you talking, but this is not the Prime I know. The Prime I know got the swagger. The Prime I know stands out and celebrates. That's the Prime I know. You don't have to be humble when you won. You won. It's over. I need you to go back to the Prime that make people want to watch. I want you to go back to the Prime that's hated. Does it feel good to laugh at these guys that said it was a mistake for Tiki to make you his starting quarterback?
I'm just go back to drinking. That'll do it. Going back. I'm going back. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, he told me to talk my but like I said, I got to be drinking, though.
Right.
So I'm going to go back to drinking next season.
What can we expect from you going forward? Are you staying with the organization? Is it possible that you go do your own thing? Because we know a lot of times Prime goes and do his own thing. What's going to happen with you now? Tiki told you come home, you win a chip. Well, looks like a chip. I don't like to say profit, but he did say it and it happened. What happens with you? Can you kind of put your little pride to the side from being the man and come back home in order to win championships? What are you going to do?
Nah, I told him I'll be back here. I'll definitely be back. I'm going to throw in all 3 divisions, so I'll be back. So,
all right.
We're going to be East New York in one division, Primetime in another division, and then the other division we'll be Prime and East New York, named together.
It's cool that he brought, you heard that he said East New York. So he's going to throw East New York in there, and they're going to figure something out. But as you heard, he's staying with the team. They're going to have to work out the issues, whatever they're going to do. But that is a plus. They got this man back. He did well all season. They were number 1 seed, and now they're champions. We're going to have to see what happens there. We're going to be watching. But right now, let him enjoy his moment. He's a champion.
Thank you very
Congrats,
much,
bro.
Welcome back, Real Tough Talk. Shout to those guys for the interview. Shout to Primetime. Listen, they did what they had to do. They dominated like they knew they had to, and they were not going to leave the game close at all. Shout to them. On the side with Bombers, listen, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on Primetime.
Yeah.
Bombers was outmatched.
Yeah.
Bombers were out coached.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say they were outclassed as they kept playing, but they were overmatched.
Yeah.
They came in with a terrible game plan. If you wanted to get the ball to Artie, you should have moved them more into the slot. I'm going to show you just a few plays if hopefully Ghost can find them really quick. If you look at these matchups right here, look at this play here. Look how Benny's guarding Artie. He's with him. Then look when he passes him off on this play. Leak is on him. And then if you look here on this play right here, on one of the plays, Speedy jammed them at the line. They were not giving Artie a chance to beat them. And again, every time in the first half, they tried to get the ball to Artie, they got stopped on that drive.
Mhm.
The one drive that they went away from Artie and he did not touch the football, they scored. Shout to Bombers for getting here, but Tiki put them over his knee and spanked them. The baby was acting up. The baby was feeling a little too full of himself, and they had to get put on the knee and get spanked. Bottom line, that's what happened. Now, my thing is, Primetime and them was even arguing because you know why? They wanted to score more. So you can sit down and say, we'll learn from this. You can sit down and say it was a good, feeling getting here. Primetime disrespected you. They wanted to bury you. They Kobe Bryant you. They Michael Jordan you. They wanted to take your soul. They didn't just want to win this game. They wanted to take their soul. They didn't think you belonged here, and they showed it. They got penalties for illegal substitution. That means guys are coming in the field because everybody's trying to get playing time to score. Quick is on the sideline arguing with Tiki because he wants to get in because he wants to score. He's usually in the game, especially on extra points. They didn't put him in. Why? They want to score 1 point. So the Bombers need to take this and realize we got disrespected. It wasn't just about getting here. We take that on this one, but we try not to be a one-hit wonder. We trying to show that we can perform. Now, you went out and got veterans like Tom and Beaver. Shout to them. You need better leaders. You need guys that's going to sit down and say, this is what we're going to do. Beaver and Ty are nice players, but you need young playmakers. You need to go out and get some playmakers. That's going to take you to the next level. And then you got to decide, is Reem our guy going forward at quarterback? Because one thing about this league is it's a copycat league. And you may get away with something one time. Not going to happen again.
Yeah.
Not going to happen again. Primetime, shout to them. They did what they were supposed to do, but they got lucky. They played an inexperienced team. Once again, we see Tiki not being able to coach his team. They get disrespectful and they get full of themselves. Everything Tiki say don't go. And we saw it on the game today. We saw it on the field. We saw it when they lost and Creep was dancing on the field, even though they was losing by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We saw this team not follow Tiki's lead and other teams get back in the game when they lose. So this team got to get more disciplined. They dodged a major bullet. If Reem does not force that touchdown, that score to Artie that they picked off, like you said, they could have took the lead. It was only 13-6 at half, and they got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, it was not 13-6. It was only 13-6 at that time when they forced the ball and gave Primetime back the ball.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Primetime got lucky. Now, I'm not going to disrespect them. They're champs. They won, but they were supposed to. It's not going to be easy next season.
Yeah.
They won 2 chips, in 2 divisions, and they didn't get it because of mistakes that I've heard that they made. They lost because of mistakes, and mistakes are a reflection of what? Coaching.
Yeah.
So this team got to get back to trying to be flawless if they want more championships. Your final thought.
Not much is there to say that you didn't say already. About this Bombers team, they like you said, they showed their inexperience. They showed that they weren't ready for this game. And they never was able to adjust to the issues that they had on the field. Reem was not able to adjust in the field in the game when they took Artie out of the game. He had one big play and that was it. He wasn't able to adjust after that. This defense wasn't able to stopped them once the Primetime got in rhythm. They weren't able to match up. So that's why it was up to their offense to put up points, at least keep them in the game. And I believe they started to lose momentum the moment they got that kick return, like the onside, and they threw the interception on first
Right
down.
away.
I believe right then and there was deflating for that team.
I agree.
And they were never really able to get the momentum back after that. They had an opportunity to at least tie the game at that moment.
Right.
And they gave away the opportunity right when they got it. That's an experience. And hopefully this experience here makes them a better team moving forward, that they can make better decisions if they're able to get back to the stage.
All right. Great point. We're going to wrap this one up, wrap up the show. We want to thank y'all guys. Shout to Bombers. Great run this season. Way to get here. And congratulations to the champs, Primetime. Congratulations to the champs of the B Brotherhood. Congratulations, Sour. Unfortunately, they didn't want the Sour Solar game wasn't covered because they didn't want to, commit to it. So it's fine. Everybody has their own thoughts. Hopefully, we entertain y'all with these 2 games we did. It was a pleasure. Shout out to Darren, BQFL owner, by giving us a contract to do these games. Shout out to the teams for being a part of it. We appreciate y'all. And we're going to wrap this one up. On behalf of Real Tough Talk, Stephen J, as always, my partner Ghost, we're going to thank y'all for being here on the show. We hope we see y'all soon. A lot of things to come. Shout out to everybody. Much love. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Merry New Year. All that good stuff. We're going to tell y'all, wish y'all a good day. Much love to y'all guys. We out of here. Real Tough Talk. We out.